Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now. Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need. Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now.
Good evening, warriors. Good evening, community. Can y'all hear me? Please say you can. Look, I wasn't on here last week, and I think my mic is working. Yes, it's working. All right. But I can't see your comments on my main thing. But hello, warriors. How y'all doing? I know I wasn't on here last week, but I am here this week because y'all know that by us being warriors, when we fight, we win. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And remember, this is our year of discovery. Also, don't forget to like the page, follow the page, share the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe, that you hit that thumbs up button, and then because that helps. And then also hit that notification button, that little bell, so that anytime I am on, you are notified. So make sure you all share the stream because we got some good conversation tonight. I'm trying to read your comments on this other thing. Yes, thank you, Phyllis, for sharing the stream. Let me see. Simone, thank you for sharing. Thank you. Amarita did my hair. She did a good job. Because I told y'all that when I took my braids out, that it was like, it's like it thinned out my hair a lot. I was like, this looks horrible. So, and I was going out of town with my husband this weekend to a good friend of his who was turning 60. His wife was having a surprise birthday party for him. So we went out of town for that. And I was like, I'm not going out of town and seeing all these people that you grew up with and all, looking a mess, not feeling my best. So I was like, I got to get something done. So I got a good treatment in. So I just got this in for like a month and then I'll take it out and we'll see what my hair is doing after that. I definitely need some color. So, but this, I think she did a good job with it. Yes. Thank you all so much. How are y'all doing? Man, we got a good discussion tonight. Man, I tell you, I brought it up a little bit today at church. If you were at church, you probably heard me talk about some of the things that was going on in society with us as Black women. There's so much that I could say, but I just, when you, and I'm just kind of going off the top, okay. When you have been, and just excuse my language, but when you, for the last 45, 50 years, I'll say 45 years, 45 years, have been called, which means some women, that's all they know, right? Like me, there was a difference, okay? But for some, that's all they know. If you've heard nothing but that you're bitches, that you're hoes, that you're gold diggers, that your only worth is, if you're a ride or die, those things get in your psyche. If you're told that your best assets, what people consider your best assets, I'll say, your behind, your lips, that they're detriment to you, but that they look beautiful on everybody else. So then everybody else begins to mimic what comes to us naturally. And then what we have naturally, because we have low self-esteem, that then we try to change our given way that we are made. And so we get the BBLs. And I know I've kind of talked about this before a little bit. We get other things done to us, to our bodies, that we just don't have to do necessarily, I think, because of how society views us as Black women. And it makes me so sad. It makes me very, very sad. And hello, Auntie Helen. Hello, Minister Crystal. I hope you're feeling better. All right, Sandra Easley. She said, wipe your feet. You got to explain to people what that means. Thank you for sharing the stream. Yes, if you're new on here, hello. Mary, my mother-in-law, how are you? Hopefully your son took you to a nice restaurant today and didn't take you to get some Cuban food. But anyway, so kind of just what I just want to briefly talk about tonight. And I think that as women in general, this is something that we have to look at and look at what we are. I know I've talked about this before, but when new stuff happens, it just breaks my heart. Okay. So I'm going to say this. I tried to, I don't know how this will show to you guys. Okay. I'm going to try to show this and I hope that, you can hear it. I'm going to turn my mic off while this is on. Let me see here. Okay. Hold on. And then you all let me know if you can hear this. Hold on.
In the chaos after Pepper.
You said you can't hear it anymore. Dang it. Dang it. Okay. Okay, let me try something else. Hold on. Let me leave my mic on and see if you can hear it. Hold on. Because I really want y'all to hear this. Hold on. And then let me know if you can hear it or not. Hold on.
8 weeks until they secure the proper permits.
They had tents, they had their chairs, they had blankets, they were sleeping in the car.
Wright has about 2.3 million followers on Instagram and has famously styled Houston native Meg Thee Stallion and award-winning R&B artist SZA. About 14 hours ago, he advertised $300 to $400.
I'm gonna have to figure this out. But what is if you go on YouTube and you just look up oh y'all can't I thought y'all couldn't hear it. Can you hear it or could you not? They were sleeping in the car. Okay. All right. We can hear it now. Okay. I love it. Okay, let me try it again. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get it back. Okay.
And other items being given away to the first shoppers that could make it to the store. These posts drew the initial crowd. Social media videos show hundreds of people inside of the store and over 500 people camping overnight in the store's parking lot, waiting for the grand opening the next day and the promise of more free items. After the crowd got out of control, police were called for a disturbance and for calls for heat exhaustion. Everyone that needed help was treated on the scene and it was cleared. The fire marshal then arrived and said the owner did not have the proper occupancy permits and closed the place down.
I feel like if they had like the proper structure, like pouring the lines, like the barricade and stuff, then it would have went smoother.
Once doors were closed, someone used this as an opportunity, or for whatever reason, felt they needed to disperse the crowd. Those that were affected were treated by EMS. We had several medical issues came up, along with the disbursement of the potential chemical agent, as well as heat exhaustion.
It was babies out here dying from pepper spray.
A stop work order and 2 violations for occupancy were left on the door by fire marshals. And despite the continued promotion over social media that this grand opening will continue tomorrow, police and fire marshals confirmed that will not happen and this business will remain closed until those proper permits are
Okay. I know this did not show everything, But this was all over some free hair. Okay. And I'm not saying anything against hair, right? I mean, I got synthetic hair in my hair right now. Okay. But then I also saw videos of there's also another video of this was in Houston, Texas, but there was another one in Mobile, Alabama, where pretty much the same thing happened, where it was a store opening, and of course, this is a whole nother thing, that there was another culture that was running the store, right? And so we're all running in trying to get this hair. There's one where all these people are outside the store, and this one guy is on somebody's, I guess he's on somebody's neck, and he has packages of hair, and he's throwing it out to people, all these women who are out there, and they're just like, like, throw the hair to me. And that just breaks my heart. So I just feel like, is that where we are now as women, as Black women? Is that where we have devolved to? And then we also mentioned today that I saw a picture. I don't know. This was also on Twitter. I should stay off Twitter. I know I say it all the time. But it was a group of, and you could probably, I don't know, maybe go on YouTube or Twitter or something and Google and look it up. But it was a group of African Americans, Black teens, and they said it was their first day of school. And this was in Memphis, Tennessee. And it was probably about 10 or so of them, guys and girls, maybe about 12 to 15 of them. I don't know. 10 to 15 kids. Okay. And it was guys and girls. And it was their first day of school picture. But they were all of them just had, you know how when you see those pictures of, like, I guess gang guys, and they're flashing all the money, and all of them were like just flashing, all this money. And it's like, okay, so this is your first day of school. So what are you doing? And then if this is your first day of school and you're just flashing money, like, where is your mind? Obviously, your mind is not on school. It's not on work. It's not, the papers you're probably going to have to write, going to class, because you're flashing all this money. And then I even saw another video. It's like all this stuff is just coming. I saw another video of, it was, again, young Black girls who were in middle school, and they were in a bathroom at school, and they were all taking shots of liquor from this flask, and they were all passing it around to each other while they were in this bathroom before school start, taking shots. Again, is this where we are? And like I said earlier, that when you've been told, there's so much to this, is way more than I could get to in this next couple minutes. It's already 6:14. That the reasons why, and I'd like to know what you all think about this. Simone, you saw that photo. Yeah. Like I said, you can probably Google it or go on Twitter or something like that. Or if you're on TikTok, it's probably on TikTok. But what do you all think about that? What do y'all think about our women standing? That's us. That's me. Standing out in front of a hair shop, wanting somebody to throw us a package of hair. That's, I don't know, what is it, like $7.99? I don't know. If it's real, I know it's maybe going to be a little bit more, but is that where we are as a people, as women? And if it is, I feel so bad it makes me sad. It literally makes me sad that if I see us this way, can you imagine how other races have seen this and what they are saying on their websites. You cannot tell me that they don't have these videos, these pictures on their private websites, their private group texts, or whatever, and the things that they are saying about us. And it just breaks my heart. It's very, very disheartening. But I think, and I've said this before, that we just have to make it a point to say, okay, how are we contributing to this? And what can we do? At this point, it's like, I don't even know. I mean, I could probably think about some things, but we're such in a society where if you say anything to anybody, they get so offended. Like if you say, you really shouldn't go out in public with your bonnet on and house shoes and pajama bottoms, and you're going to the grocery store and you're going to going to a restaurant with your bonnets on. But if you say those things to people, then people come back and say, well, you're trying to police people and let them do what they want and let people live their lives. But I just wonder what happened to decorum. What happened to us saying, you know what, when I go to, even if you notice, even when okay, I'm trying to see some of these. We were getting straighten and comb, blue magic. Oh, I missed some of that. Whoever said that. Yeah. That's not fake news. Stuff when you can see it. It's not fake news. I get it. It's not fake news when you can see the things, right? But when you try to say things, then you're trying to police me. You're trying to tell me, you're shaming me. But like I was getting ready to say, there used to be a time, even going to church, it used to be you wore your Sunday best to church. You wore your best. Now, and I get some of that, but now I'm going to come any kind of way. And I get that we wanted to tamper some of that down, because a lot of people would say, well, I don't come to church because I don't have church clothes. So it was like, okay, let's bring it down some. It's okay to wear your blue jeans. And I don't have a problem with people wearing jeans. That's not my point. But where does it stop? And maybe I'm just ranting right now. But where do we say, okay, this is enough? When do we stop and say it's not okay to be the side chick? That there should be some shame in that. There should be some shame in being the side chick, in going outside looking just any kind of way. I'm trying to read some of this. It got in the real ghetto. It's all about the outside one. Yeah. I don't know. And maybe I might talk about this a little bit more to kind of flesh some of this out. But a lot of this, just happened. So I'm just I know I'm ranting a little bit right now, but it just hurts my heart that where our culture, our people have, I feel like, devolved into. And I know how other people see us. And I know they already see us in a negative light anyway. So then it's just makes it worse. It's like you're just compounding that. And so I think what we have to do is look at, are we contributing to that in any kind of way? What kind of clothes are we putting on our young girls? How are we allowing them to go outside What are we teaching them about the type of people that they hang around and the things that they should be doing and should be not be doing? You know what I'm saying? It's just so much. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. James raise women and thinks it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. We do. We do what we see at home, but then we see social media is so strong. It's so strong. And y'all know that our kids are on that 24/7. We own it 24/7, right? And sometimes we get caught up in those things. But I think that there has to at some point be a separation of what is right and what is good and things that we should be doing and things that we should not be doing. I don't know. It just makes my heart break. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read some of these. Yeah. So we have to see what part we're playing in this. And what can we change for our daughters, our granddaughters, our nieces, nephews, our great nieces? What example are we showing them? Because I've talked before about how, it's easy for us to say, do this, don't do this. But then when they're looking at what we do, they're looking at how we're carrying ourselves. Those were mothers out there that were sleeping in a car overnight just to get some hair. Just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about this a little bit more. Yes, it does. We got to do better. We got to do better. That's why I love it when I see little girls with little girl hairdos. Just some plaits and, somebody told me that they're doing lace fronts on girls as in middle school. I haven't seen that, but a lace front on a little girl. So what are we teaching her? That she's in middle school. What are we teaching her? I know when I was in middle school, I was probably getting my hair pressed. I think somebody was saying that with a hot comb. Yes, self-respect is lost. It is. It is. And it breaks my heart. So like I said, we'll be talking about this some more. So I want you to be thinking about this week. What role are we playing? What role do you play in any of this? Right? What role? And I this is the last thing I'll say. I had an opportunity to have a conversation with my little great niece, Keslin, while we were on vacation. And we were in the pool and I'd had some makeup on. And she was like, what is that? Because we were playing. And I was like, it's makeup. I was like, it makes you pretty. And she was like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, yes, it does. She was like, no, it doesn't. And I love it because she's 5 and we're having this conversation. And she mentioned about bows and that she didn't necessarily want to be pretty because she didn't want to have to wear bows and things like that in her hair. But what I told her was like, I was like, Keslin, I was like, bows, they don't make you pretty. What makes you pretty is what's in your heart. Your heart makes you pretty. It's how you treat people. It's, you doing what your mommy and daddy ask you to do, you being nice to your brother, so she listened to me. Whether or not she'll remember that, I don't know. But it's when you have those moments to pour into the younger generation, take those moments and let them know their value. Let them know their worth. That they don't have to do those things. Yes, yes. Air control, but it was still, it's crazy stuff that's out there. Oh my God, I know. We was talking about that last week. How we love when the kids would go to Strat Right First, they get the little soft bottom shoe. And then as they learn how to walk a little, then they would get them hard bottoms. Woo, that way kick you and tear your shin up. Yes. 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 I wish they wore those shoes again. Okay. But obviously this has struck a chord with all of us. And to let up. I know Square's auntie, I need to let up and give some space. Okay. All right. All right. Well, listen, ladies, I want to get off here. It's almost 6:30. And but I just want you to think this week. What role do you play? What can you do to change things? Even if it's just one little girl in your life. Even if it's just one, it's got to start somewhere, right? It's got to start somewhere. I'll be talking about this some more, and be prayerful. We need to pray for our young girls, pray for their moms, pray for their aunties, pray for those ones that are raising them, that thinking that these things are okay, that these actions are okay. I need us to know that we're beautiful and that we are powerful. Okay. And so pour into one little girl in your life this week. That's all I ask you to do. Pour into one little girl. Even if it's somebody you don't know. You might be out at Walmart or somewhere and you see a little girl. Just stop her and just say something. Just ask her mom, or just say to her as you're walking past her in the store, "You are so beautiful. Oh, I love your hair. Love what you got on. You are so cute." Right? Do that. It would mean the world to her. And I bet you're her mom too. Okay? So that's it. Guys, I love you. I love you so much. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. But most importantly, I believe in your action. I believe in your action. So you're going to get out there and you're going to do it and do what I ask you to do. Pour into one little girl this week. Just one. And then come back next week and tell me. Yes, I love bows and barrettes and all of that. Yes. So pour into one little girl. It's a bonus if you do more. Okay. All right. I love you all. I do. Thank you so much for coming on here. Right. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, make sure that you share the stream. Share the stream. All right. I love y'all. I'll see you this week. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.
Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need. Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, oh. Can't let it keep me down, oh. Gotta stay in the now.